Hi, you guys. It is Thursday afternoon, July 7th, 2016. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl podcast, episode 102. And if I make mistakes again, we're just going to leave them in. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpearl.net. The Pearl is Pearl. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out. On Ravelry and Twitter, I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy, and I'm Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together and lowercase, on Instagram. You can find links in the show notes that you can click on and join and like and all of those things in the social media, and I would thank you very much. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl podcast group, and we have one new member this week who is Banner Girl 229. Thank you for joining the group. Make yourself at home, ask questions, start a thread. Thank you and welcome. Ravelry group birthday shout outs this week. We have several. Knit and Crochet Mad, who is Maria. Her birthday is today. Happy birthday, Maria. And we have OCD Birder, who is Laura. Her birthday's on Sunday, the 10th of July. We have Purple 711, who is Karen. 711, I just noticed. Her birthday is 7/11. And finally, MMM Jelias, Jelias, who's Margaret. Her birthday's on the 12th of July. So happy birthday, ladies. I hope you are having and will have a wonderful birthday, that you get to spend time with friends and family, do the things that you would love to do, and that you eat cake if you want to eat cake. And if you have a birthday this coming up week and you don't share that information on Ravelry, happy birthday. Deep breath, drink coffee. We're going to the cows, the KALs and the CALs. We have an ongoing cow for Baby Hats for Haiti until October. Haiti. Don't forget about that. I put a link in the show notes to the thread, so you can click on it, find out what the rules are, and knit some baby hats by October. We have a Christmas in July / August knit along, crochet along that we are hosting with the Never Cast Off podcast group. There is a link in the show notes so that you can click on them, join their group, because there's double dipping, triple dipping, whatever in the group. So the rules are that you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. It started on July 1st and will end at August 31st. You can post as many items as completed with at least 50 grams of yarn. Double dipping, triple dipping, just dip away is welcome and encouraged. Because I know that we're not the only ones doing Christmas in July. There will be a prize draw at the end of July, just a small one. Possibly the stitch markers. These are mine. Nope. These are mine, but these stitch markers from Barb of Knitting I Love. The cute little stitch marker set with one of her tags. These are just mine. I'm not going to go over there and get the For You set. And, other goodies. That's the little keep you active, get some stuff going in July prize draw. And then at the end we have at least 2 that I'm doing grand prizes. The first of which is such a grand thing that we received from Sheila of the Never Cast Off podcast, from her Thank God for Bags Etsy store. Where is it? Where's the tag? Thank God for bags. This beautiful Christmas themed project bag. It's got a long handle. It's got a beautiful zipper pull. That is a pretty bead and a spinning wheel. And then you open it up and it's got beautiful insides. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas with one of her cards. And this fancy dancy little thing that you can put your stitch markers on and keep them for when you need them. Or whatever else you want to put on there. So that is one. The second item that I am still awaiting, the estimated delivery date is on July 22nd, is opening my phone. This loveliness from Diabolical Yarns. The name of the colorway is Christmas is Coming. Yeah, I'm trying to get a good picture. There it is. So those are the grand prizes on this side, and also with Sheila and Deb of the Never Cast Off podcast. I know they have a couple sets of my stitch markers, and I'm sure there are other things. So the object of this knit along is to get you started on your Christmas knitting, Christmas gift knitting. So let's get going on the things that we want to knit for our family and friends for Christmas. I mentioned hats for Haydai. Story of the week and stash enhancement. I got my new set of needles and they're already active. I got some knit picks, fixed circular in Caspian wood. They're gorgeous. 40-inch circular. Aren't they pretty? And the cable is awesome, and you'll see the project in the whips. Here's the cable. It's so pretty and it's so nice. I like the cable. So you'll see that in the whips. So we had a very full and busy weekend, and well, actually Saturday I spent most of the day in my pajamas knitting. It was wonderful. And anyway, we had 4th of July, and then last night we had guests over for supper. It was wonderful. It was tiring. But for the actual story of the week, it's, if you notice, the title of this episode is Emotional Knitting, and it involves one of my finished objects. So I will show you this and I will tell you more about it in the finished objects portion. But I finished this on Saturday. And this is my hand spun, my Cosmic Rainbow hand spun. It is so beautiful. I'm so proud of the way it turned out, that my yarn knitted up so lovely. Let me get it closer so you can just see. But when I say emotional knitting, I'm telling you, there were times when I was in tears when I was finishing this because I was so proud of it. It was so beautiful. Oh, the pattern. I love the pattern. I love this yarn. I'm so proud of this yarn. And as I was finishing it, I was thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I wish I could show this to my mother. My mother would she would be so proud of me. I wish I could just show it to her. But my mother's been gone since 2002. So that's what I mean when I say emotional knitting. But another thing about the whole thing was a few hours later, few hours later, I was looking on Facebook, and my brother, who is a truck driver, before I say that, the color of this, so this makes any sense to you at all. The color of this is cosmic rainbow. Okay. My hand spun that I spun. So I got on Facebook and I was looking just a couple hours later after having that little emotional, like, I really wish I could show my mother this. I'm so proud of it. That I went on Facebook and my brother was someplace in the East Coast. He's a truck driver and I haven't talked to him in months, but he was someplace on the East Coast, and he took a picture out of his cab of a rainbow. And his one word was mom. Try not to cry. Because, I mean, what it means to me, what I got from it was different than probably what you would get from it, but I'm holding that close to my heart. And I wanted to share that little story with you about my emotional knitting this week. Drink a cup of coffee. So, shall we move on to the health pearl? And like I said, I'll share the more about what all of this is in the works in progress. So, the health pearl this week is natural and inexpensive antibiotics without prescription. And I got this off of my Facebook, so I'm going to pull it up on my phone. Here it is. I hope that you can see this. I don't know why I don't have my iPad, but we're just going to just roll with it. Natural and inexpensive antibiotics without a prescription. And so, you know, this stuff, they have like all this advertisement in it. So antibiotics are amongst the most prescribed medications in the country. Some would say that they were over-prescribed by doctors who put their pharmaceutical relationships before the health of their patients. The good news is that there are antibiotics that don't come in a pill bottle. Not only do toxic antibiotic medications leave your body depleted of natural bacteria necessary to fight off infections, but they are also costly and often unnecessary. So here are a list of the best antibiotics that are all natural, inexpensive, and highly effective. The first one on the list is tea tree oil. And this is to treat like topically. You can't ingest it. It is from I'm going to show you the words because some kind of tree. And it's known for one of the most versatile and effective all-natural antibacterial on the planet. It works effectively to heal cuts, acne, toenail fungus, infections, and lung issues. So you can also find tea tree in many products such as hair products, lip balms, lotions, soaps, and pure essential oil. Although it should never be ingested, it can be added to coconut oil to make an all-natural antiseptic toothpaste. And then it says if you're going to use it to test a small area of your skin for possible allergies prior to using it. The second one is garlic. Garlic packs a mean punch, and not just against vampires, as well as being a delicious flavor for cuisine. Garlic fights heart disease, cold symptoms, boosts your immune system, and has effective antibacterial properties. Research shows the sulfuric compounds in garlic contribute to heart health. The main medical component, allicin, a chemical that also contributes to the trademark smell, as a powerful antioxidant and helps flush toxins and free radicals from the body. The most effective way to use garlic as an antibiotic is to eat it raw, and they suggest that they say you can get the oil, but it's costly and diluted. Recommend only to eat 1 clove a day because it can cause a burning sensation in your mouth, stomach, heartburn, gas, nausea, vomiting, body odor, and diarrhea if you take too much. Ginger is also has long been used by holistic practice to cleanse the body of toxins and to fortify the metabolism. The phenyl compound, I'm going to show you the words, shogal and gingerol, are two components which contribute to the anti-inflammatory benefits of this root and can help lower cholesterol levels. The best method to benefit from the full power of ginger is to brew a hot ginger tea. Simply grate a tablespoon of fresh ginger into simmering hot water and enjoy. It is a very particularly good remedy for chest colds and infections. It helps to break up the excess mucus. Pregnant women should consult their physician before taking a concentrated amount of ginger, and ginger should not be given to children under 2. The final one is oil of oregano. The leaf of the oregano plant's main power lies in treating respiratory infections causing coughs, asthma, and bronchitis. The carvasol compound extracted from oregano has the potential to fight off parasites, eliminate bacteria, and alleviate acne if used topically. This doesn't say how. I guess it says as little as 600 milligrams a day can destroy stomach parasites. On this one, it doesn't say how you take it and how you get it. So anyway, natural and inexpensive antibiotics without a prescription. So now we'll get into the knitting and make sure the camera is good. Okay. This is my Zuzu's Petals, which is the paid for pattern on Ravelry by Karina Spencer. The yarn I used was my hand spun from On the Round, the color Cosmic Rainbow. And I have this much left of 250-ish yards. Not much left. I'm so proud of the way this turned out. I love the way the yarn colors played out in stripes, and I just think this is the most gorgeous thing I ever made in my life. And I will be making more Zuzu's Petals. This would be a lovely gift knitting for some of your ladies in your life that want to be comfortable and warm this coming winter. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pattern. I would put it on. I'm going to put it on because I love it. I love it so much. How many times have you heard me say that? Yeah, I'm just going to wear it. I don't think it'd be too hot. Isn't it just the most beautiful thing you ever saw? And you can also, in the winter, pull it up to keep you warm. Or you can wear it down with a blouse. You can wear it all day long. I will be wearing this quite a lot in the coming winter because I just think it's so gorgeous. It's a way to wear a shawl-like thing and not worry about it falling off because it's attached. Okay. I have one more finished object, and that is my socks are finished. They're done. There's where I was last week. Just finished the heel. I finished one repeat of the pattern and did the ribbing, and I'm calling it DUN done. Because it was not a labor of love for this sock. Nothing wrong with the pattern, but me and my OCD was not liking it. And with these dark colors, I know that this blue is not that dark, but for me, it was dark. And if I dropped a stitch, it was just hard to see well, but it's done. So this is the other sock. These are the Fine and Dandy socks, which is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by the Sweater Co. And you know, it might have been the yarn. The yarn is 50-50 wool and nylon, so it has a lot of stretch. And that might have been a part of the reason I didn't like the sock. I don't know. This yarn is Zigzag by King Cole. And the number is 740. The dye lot is 63238. And this blue, the contrast color is Cascade Yarns Heritage Sock. And the number is 5603. The needles I used were Hi-Hias 2.75, 40-inch circular. I did magic loop. And I had them in my bag made by Faye. And guess what? She does have an Etsy store, and it is by Faye Creations. And there's a link in the show notes to her Etsy store. Yay, I finally found it. So go check her out. She has, I know the last time I looked, had 2 beautiful, beautiful project bags listed. So that is my finished objects. So this week I have 2 brand new works in progress. And I did nothing on my market bag. I did very little on my mitered wrap, and I think I finished 1 square on the sock yarn mitered square whatever. Because I said I don't know what it's going to be. I just had the urge to start it one day, and I did. Okay, so I have in this lovely bag from Thank God for Bags, Sheila. By the way, I wanted to say it's July, right? This is my first pair of socks of the year. I don't think I'll be knitting 12 this year. Like some people are doing that sock summit, 12 socks of 12 and 16. Not me. I'll do a few. It's my first pair. And the other thing about this is my first toe-up sock. My first patterned sock. Yeah. My first 2 color changing contrast colors. That's my first. All of these. A lot of firsts in this sock. Which leads me to my project in my Sheila bag. Thank God for bags. I have a new toe-up sock. This is going to be my vanilla sock of loveliness. And I got my little, what do you call it? Progress Keeper, Front Keeper, which is a Progress Keeper from Barb. It's a 2-in-1. It can also be a stitch marker. But I'm using it as a front. Where's my front? So let me tell you, my vanilla sock is basically this. I'm doing it toe up. I'm probably going to do a 3x1 rib across the front, the top of the foot. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A 3x1 patterning and a little 1x1 rib at the top when I'm done. Also a Fish Lips Kiss Hill. And there you have it on my brand new needle. Also, a question. I went down from a 2.75 to a 2.50. I normally do a 60, what is it? A 64, 32, 64 stitches sock. And when I used a 0, the sock that I knit that my sister got, it was too tight for me. But a 0 is a 2 point what? A 2.25? I don't know. But I'm just wondering, should I add more stitches? 64, make it 68, because I know you have to add by 4s for the ribbing-ish, I think. Tell me what you've done in the past. Should I add more stitches, or should I just hope for the best and knit another sock for my sister? So I'm almost at a stopping point until I figure that one out. The yarn is a lovely Heritage Prints Cascade Yarns. This is a birthday gift from a lovely viewer. Thank you so much. I'm using the yarn. I'm loving it so far. That's all I'm going to say about that. I started this last night because the needles were staring me in the face. So I said yes. And in my other bag by Sheila, thank God for bags, is a pattern that I got for like 30% off when Kay Jones was having a sale on all of her patterns on Ravelry. The Messalina shawl. I started it Saturday after finishing this loveliness right here. Sorry. Isn't it just gorgeous? Stop looking at it. I started them. I'm using this yarn, which is also another birthday present that Ted gave me the money to buy, because normally I would not buy this type of yarn, because although it is just beautiful and I want to be so careful with it, it's not something that I would normally afford. It is Malabrigo Auroras. The color is 100%, or it's pure superwash merino wool. 335 yards, and the color is not that bright. Not that bright. It's called English Rose. Now, English Rose for a Messalina shawl, I thought was perfect. I'm using US 7s, 40-inch circular, Addi Turbos, and 40, yeah, I told you 40. Here is my start of my Messalina shawl, and I'm using my stitch markers. Actually, This is not a set, as you can tell. This is a different one, and this is a different one, because I get all my rejects. All the ones that, oh, it didn't turn out just right. And I think they work lovely. But anyway, forget the stitch markers. There's my Messalina start. It's gonna be so pretty. So, what do I tell you about this? It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry by K.F. Jones. Yarn, needles. That's it. It's lovely. It's a 4-row repeat, easy. So if you felt intimidated, give it a try. It's gorgeous, and the cabling is fairly easy. It's easy. It's a little fiddly at first until you get used to the rhythm of it. And that's all my works in progress. So, spinning, I finished my spin. It's sitting over there getting ready to be plied. Yesterday, I did some practicing of my chain ply on these little extra yarns I had left from spinning. And yeah, hopefully this weekend it'll be spun up, chain plied. Because, I mean, okay, so I'm not real comfortable with chain ply because it's not something I do on a regular, so I always try to practice and look at some videos and try to remember my rhythm. And I also use some commercial yarn to do it. If you've never chain plied and you're not sure, I know that the Knitting Bloom on YouTube has some wonderful videos. Then you can just type in chain ply and you can find your tutorials, and you can try to figure out what works best for you, and it's wonderful. So I'm just going to show you these on my phone. I hope it's okay. The Pinterest this week is really cool for you who have children at home in the summertime. Something that you can do, this is the wrong one, with your kids this summer. And it's so fun, and you get lovely ice cream when it's done. Yummy ice cream when it's done. Summer fun, ice cream in a bag. Don't look at my nails, they look terrible. Ice cream in a bag. So what you do is, the ingredients, the things that you will need is a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, or 1/2 and 1/2, a teaspoon of vanilla, 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. And you can use the Turbano sugar, but granulated would also work. You place the ingredients into a tightly sealed sandwich-sized bag. Press the air out of it as you seal it, then put it into another tightly sealed sandwich bag, so double bag it. Then you fill a gallon Ziploc bag with halfway full of ice and mix with 6 tablespoons of coarse kosher salt. Then put the sealed sandwich bag size into the middle of the ice. Seal the large bag, and also recommend double bagging the gallon size as well, especially if you have little helpers. And then you move. You shake it up, you shake it. You can and it makes ice cream. She says that you move. You need to shake the bag for about 5 or 10 minutes. And she says that she ran and played tag and other chasing games, tossed the bag to each other. And when I was holding the bag, I usually gave it a few extra shakes When the kids are helping, it's usually about 10 minutes until the ice cream forms. When it's just you shaking, it'll take about 5 minutes. But it's a fun thing that you can do with the kids. And the results are ice cream. Believe I've done this before with doing a group therapy group session with some people. We just did it, and it was so fun, and it just kind of reminds the people of their childhood when they were making ice cream with their family. Anyway, if you have small children or your babysitter or whatever, I recommend nieces and nephews, whatever. I recommend fun activity. Make some ice cream with your kids, and I might be doing that with my grandkids this week sometime soon. Who knows? Finally, the stumble is another cute little crochet pattern. When it opens, I was having trouble again with stumble on my iPad, so I'm not going to do that. It's a bunny. It's a zombie bunny crochet pattern. And who says that bunnies are just for Easter? I don't. And it's a tutorial, so you can follow along and do all the things. She shows you step by step how to do it. It's very cool. And if you wanted to, I guess that you could leave the tail and the bunny ears off and make just a regular toy, a zombie toy. But this is something that you could do for a Christmas gift. And like I said, if you're not a proficient crocheter, there are tutorials on how to do it. It's so cute. So cute. So many things to do. So also the last thing on the list is my Etsy store. There's a link in my show notes. Please go over and give it some love. I had a few sales this week, and that means I get to get my nails done. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast. Bye, you guys.